Nothing at all.
Yeah,
No problem at
that's
all.
not a
No
fireplace.
mess to clean up.
That's not a fireplace.
What do you mean?
You can't. You don't
Switch,
care.
it's on.
That's
Turn it
weak,
off, though.
dude.
What do you mean?
That's weak. You got a fireplace. You can just hit a button.
Yeah, you flick the switch.
Ah,
and it's
Josh,
on.
give me a
not
ruling.
fire.
Give me a ruling over
I'm
here.
not dragging anything
That's
from
fugazi,
outside.
brother. That's no
I'm
good.
not bringing the termites
You
in.
got it. Termites.
Yeah, and you're
Burn
wood.
them up.
Come on, man.
Look, man, you got to build a fire. You stack it, put the paper under there. You maybe one of those fire starters,
I can
and
see
then you
that
light
now.
it.
Yeah, that's good.
And you get the crackle pop.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Crackle. Pop, that's coming out of your rear
you are,
end. What is
you know what? You
crackle
are
pop?
that guy. You are that guy that flicks a
Flick
switch.
the switch. Come on. We're in the 2000s here.
Before you
Look at the Stone Age.
Hunter, you agree?
Billy, he's going to ask Alexa to turn on his
Yeah,
fire.
yeah.
Turn
No,
the
you know what
fireplace on.
he's the
What's
kind of
wrong
guy
with
that comes home and he goes, he does the clap on,
He clap on,
right? He
clap
claps on
on.
his, and then he's got the disco ball that turns on, and then the bar, the thing that blocks covers the bar,
Davis?
it goes to the
Listen,
bar.
we could talk about you.
You can't talk about me.
In your previous life, when you went out one night when you weren't supposed to, and you came home and you went to flick the switch on to get into the house and turn the light on, and everything was gone. All your furniture, all the lamps, everything. Moved out when you were out.
The only
with
thing
your
left of
buddies.
that house was a lazy boy, and I
Yeah,
wasn't
know.
the chair; it
That
was me.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I forgot all about that.
Oh, did you?
Don't
Never
try to
forgot.
deflect here, Scooter.
I wouldn't deflect.
You got to
Flick
get
the
a real.
switch.
Wait,
I don't know.
if you're gonna have a fireplace, you got to have a real fireplace, dude.
No.
Come on, man.
Oh, man. Now you got a mess to clean up.
Let's get a text. Let's
When
get
was
the
last
text
time you
board
cleaned up
going.
your mess?
I want to know from everybody real fireplace or what do you got? A gas? Is that a gas
It's
fireplace?
gas fireplace, yeah.
609-403-0973. Real fireplace or gas?
Listen, don't get
Put
me
real
wrong.
or
I like
gas.
the
I guarantee
smell
we're
of
gonna
a
get
real
everybody
fire.
say real. Yeah, that's another thing. You get the smell, you get the crack, the ambiance, you get everything. You don't get that with a gas hitting a switch.
Sure you do.
609-403-0973. Gas
No, it don't
or real
smell.
fireplace? Which one you like the best? Gas or real fireplace? 609-403-0973. I guarantee that we're going to get overwhelming support for the real thing.
Probably will.
It's the real thing.
Except for the people that are not 90.
609-403-0973. Do you like a real fireplace or the kind that Scooter likes where you hit a button and the flames come on?
I don't even have to get out of my chair.
Do you ever chop wood, Scooter?
Of course I did. We had real fireplaces when we were young.
Okay.
Now you move into the,
Nah,
the new century
609-403-0973.
Come on, man.
Let's talk about the Flyers because, and I didn't get anything. I didn't get anything
you,
from you
boiling?
yesterday. With my Hunter usually sends me a gift with somebody shining off the cup when they play well. But I was really impressed. What's the one thing that impressed you the most about that win yesterday against the Detroit Red Wings on Black Friday?
Carter Hart in the first period.
Well, he stood directly on top of his
Changed the
head.
game.
He
Changed
stood
the
on his
game.
head. That boy.
These games are all about momentum. You know,
That's not the one thing. That's the one thing that impressed you the most of that game, out of that win
Well,
yesterday. Come on, we were
listen.
talking about it on the way down.
it could have been.
Niskanen played with tubes in his
Niskanen,
nose.
Right. He played with looked like the earplugs.
Did you see that?
Put in his nose.
Dude, listen. I saw the puck was deflected. First of all, whoever took that shot to lift it, elevate it that high, you got to keep the puck low, man.
That's why my kids won't go to the front of the net.
That's right. That's a
'Cause
lot
when
of
they
people.
shoot that high.
Right? Who does that?
I don't know.
Anyway, the puck it gets deflected before it hit Niskanen, and it hit him in the head, and then it hit the post.
He almost deflected it right
It
in the
must
net.
kind of
And it
like
would've
the
been a
goals,
good
like the
Kinda
goals you
when
scored.
you
You're the
used
go-
to try to pass him to me and hit me in the head. You know? So,
But listen, but then I knew it right away that he got, because you saw him like kind of like back off a little bit, and he could have gone down, and he could have like gone down in a heap, which you see today. Guys get sticks up and they look like they got shot. They look like they were at Dealey Plaza in 1963 on November 22nd.
Who?
Dealey Plaza when
Dallas, where Kennedy
that's
got
where
shot.
Kennedy got shot. That's right. You
he's
know,
having flashbacks.
these guys look like
They're
they.
saying the person's name.
You ever see Dealey? It's called Dealey Plaza where Kennedy got shot.
Wait, time out. You said it like it was somebody's name.
No, you don't listen right. Listen,
Oh, I don't listen right.
You just
Listen,
wrecked my mojo.
I'll bet they had wood fireplaces in Dealey Plaza.
609-403-0973. Like a real fireplace or a fake one where you hit a button. 609-403-0973.
We already have a text, by the way.
It's got to be
You
real.
do?
Nick from Brigantine says, I've had both gas and wood.
Real-
Wood is better.
There you go, Nick.
All right.
That a guy. 609-403. What do you like better? A real fireplace, a manly fireplace, or one that you hit a switch?
Nick's mom
That's so
probably cleaned up the old one,
anticlimactic,
though.
Scooter.
Come
Go
on,
hit
man.
a switch.
You had to watch Frosty the Snowman. He was melting because of the fire. What? That's not bad.
So listen, Niskanen,
You okay?
he could have gone down in a heap, all right? But he
did.
didn't. He continued
went down.
playing, and the play went on for about a good 30, 40 seconds before there was a stoppage, and then he got off the ice, and you can see blood. You see how much blood that was on the ice?
Yeah.
My man played through that.
Yes, he did. Went in and got stitched up. Oh, Novocaine.
That's
Came
old
right
school,
back out.
Scooter.
Yeah, he's
Picked
your
up
guy.
2
He's nobody
assists.
else's.
Listen, if that was a baseball player, he'd be out for 2 years.
If that was
true.
Alshon Jeffries, how long would he be out for?
At least the rest of the season.
A year.
A year?
Yeah. Turf toe.
I think that in and of itself, what Niskanen did, inspired, because they got some young players on that team now. Morgan Frost, right? Farabee. They got all these young guys.
Right.
I think that was so important to the education of those guys, those young guys. I mean, they've been around hockey for a long time, and I'm sure they've seen that. But to see a veteran do it like that, I think that meant a lot. I think that was the most important part of
Most
that
people
win.
wouldn't have blamed him for taking the rest of the night.
No,
off.
not in today's society.
No. They should have told him to go home and, get a shower and relax and put your feet up with some Epsom salts.
Epsom
and
salts.
salt, But no, it's listen, that's the character. Apparently he's a leader in the locker room, but he's very quiet. He's not a very
He leads by
vocal,
example.
He leads by example.
How many times did Talk tell us that? You don't
Yeah.
get too emotional. Don't get too pumped up when things are going well. Don't get too down when things are going bad. Keep it even keel.
Yep.
But I like emotion.
You do.
I like emotion.
Well, because you're emotional.
I'm
That's
emotional.
right. Well, you have a fire, so you're very emotional.
609-403-0973. A real fireplace or the kind of Scooter likes where you had to hit a switch?
Listen, I like the other one. Don't get me wrong, but it's easy. No cleanup.
The house. Wait, you had
Last
that.
time
Wait a
you
minute.
cleaned
You
your
had your.
fireplace out.
If I'm not mistaken, you had your house built.
Yeah.
So when you were making the plans, you could have said a real fireplace, and you opted for a switch.
Yeah. It's free. I don't have
Maybe
to go
it's
buy
free.
wood every year.
You got to pay for the gas.
Yeah, it's included.
It's included. Batteries included.
That's right.
609-403-0973. You got to have a real fireplace. What do you like? Real fireplace over a fake fireplace?
See, I'm gonna invent something.
609-403-0973.
I'm gonna
I need to take a survey, a poll
I'm
here.
going to invent an air freshener you put in. It smells like a real fireplace. How's that?
609-403-0973. Real fireplace versus a fake one.
Well, you'll just find anything to.
I want to get a poll. How about JVR got off the schneid?
Finally.
Dude,
You'd think we were twins.
I know, right?
Yeah. Well.
And, like, how many opportunities is he going to get playing on the fourth line?
Well, you don't get put on a line to then play better. You play better to get put on a better line.
I
That's
get
what
it.
you do. So
I get it.
It's pretty simple, if you ask me. So he wasn't playing well, and I like the fact that Vino is not just sticking with his.
Jake
older guys.
Voracek
He's
starting to
getting
come out of it a little
better. I know,
bit.
trade
Three,
him now. He's
three.
on a high.
Trade him right
Trade
now.
him now.
And Sean Couturier has been consistent, man. Couturier has been just I think to this day. I mean, even though Konechny, I believe, is still leading the team in points. Everything. I think Couturier
Trade gives
is.
you other things.
He's
Don't show up on a stat sheet.
right.
I would say that Couturier is the player they can least afford to lose. I think he's the one guy that if he was not on the ice, you're losing a big part of your face-offs, and a big part of your defense, a big part of just the whole transition from defense to offense. He's the guy that I think is undervalued most of the time.
Well, and he probably won't bring you a ton of value in a trade, because I don't think anybody would, even though every team could use a player like him, that's for sure. But the Flyers should certainly keep on him. And it seems like they're signing guys, so you got to keep these guys.
So
around.
Scooter, the Flyers are 9-2-4 in the month of November.
Let's go.
Number 1 in the NHL.
All right.
Pretty scary.
And if they win tonight, we got that game on. We got the game on today, Josh.
o'clock?
We
3
have the
o'clock.
Sixers tonight.
Because we have the high school game right at 12.
Flyers play at 3.
No, we got Rutgers at 3.
Oh, that's right. Rutgers at 3:30. Listen, if the Flyers win tonight in Montreal, they'll have the most points in the month of November ever, right?
Yeah.
That's
For
a
their
pretty
organization.
significant achievement for a team that we didn't think was going to make the playoffs.
No, I still don't.
And they've earned a point in their last 5 games. They're 4-0-1 in their last 5.
Hold on.
What?
We gotta interrupt this because first of all, we gotta get a break. But second of all, this texter to text in. People who have gas fireplaces sleep with a nightlight on.
You know what?
People that have gas fireplaces sleep with a nightlight on.
What's wrong with that?
And on that note, the locker room is being brought to you by Barnes Harley Davidson, right?
All right, the first hour. First of all, 609-403-0973. Text us in. You like a real fireplace or a fake one where you hit a switch? The first hour of the locker room is sponsored by Barnes Harley Davidson. Philly and New Jersey's #1 Harley Davidson dealership. Visit BarbsHD.com. Barb has the area's largest selection of new and used Harleys around. That's Barb's Harley Davidson, where no one walks. Go to BarbsHD.com today. And Barb is a creative American. She does a lot for first responders, the police, the veterans, military. She really does a great job. And, hey, listen, Mark Grimes would like to wish everyone and hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays. And he wants to congratulate all the local teams for all their successes this season. And that's from Mark Grimes. Of course, he's got all your real estate needs. Mark Grimes. Give him a call anytime on his cell, 609-425-2042. Philadelphia Star athletes are looking for a house at the beach. They contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes is your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com. Hey, friends, let me tell you about Maserati of the Main Line. Located minutes from downtown Philadelphia, they offer a customer-focused car buying experience designed to exceed expectations and invite you to stop in and learn about their entire line of premium luxury vehicles, including the sporting Ghibli midsize sedan or the class-defining all-new Levante, the only SUV worthy of being called a Maserati. Maserati of the Main Line is a national leader in Maserati certified pre-owned sales, named top certified retailer in 2018. The experience does not end at the point of a sale, as Maserati of the Main Line offers free pickup and delivery for scheduled service appointments and provides new Maserati loaner cars. So add a little bit of flair to your next new vehicle. Call my good friend Mikey P, Mike Pileggi, at Maserati of the Main Line today at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800. Or visit them anytime online at motml.com.
Of course, Billy points at me when I don't actually have the read right in front of me.
You don't need it in front of you because you have it memorized.
Well, I have most of it memorized. I don't have the
because it comes from your heart, Josh.
Well, it does come from my heart, but it's Reds
You don't got to
Jersey
read
Mex.
that script.
Look, Reds Jersey Mex, the original Rojo's Tacos, located 11th and Haven in Ocean City. Listen, here's the deal. You got to get there because they're taking a break off for Christmas. They're taking a break off in the month of December, so today's the day. If you haven't had the best tacos, burritos, quesadillas in South Jersey, today's the day to get yourself down to Reds. Get yourself some burritos, get yourself some tacos, have a wonderful college football, Flyers, Sixers day in South Jersey. 609-399-2272 for takeout or delivery. 609-399-2272. Don't wait. Get down there today. Reds Jersey Mex, 11th and Haven, Ocean City.
And this will be the last read we'll do for the 2019. So make sure you get down there to Reds Jersey Mex.
Yeah, we'll be back in 2020, I believe, right?
2020 will be back. All right. 609-403-0973 is the text board. Please let me know if you would rather like to have a real fireplace or a fake one like Scooter. You hit a button. Gas.
Listen, the way you present it, you're never going to win.
Well, you'll give me your arguments for gas.
You could have the easy gas, flick the switch, turn it on, heats up the house. You don't have to clean up any mess. You don't have to bring any wood in from outside. Buy the wood.
That's
bring
lazy,
it in,
dude.
Do it. Or you could just go in there and make a big mess and have to clean it up for the next 2 hours.
All right. When we return, we'll have more for you. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN. And the 97.3 ESPN mobile Locker Room, 97.3 ESPN, the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, and the Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Scotty McKay in the house, Josh Henning, the producer, hitting all the right buttons. And we're talking a little Flyers hockey. Yo.
Wow.
6-8, we're taking a survey. What would you rather have, a real fireplace, or what do you like better, a real fireplace or a fake fireplace. The one you just hit a switch.
Fake, it's a gas fireplace.
Whatever.
Call it what it is.
That's fake.
Fake. Okay.
It's not real. You put the real, you get real flames, real
Would you rather
wood.
have a clean fireplace or a dirty
You
fireplace?
just clean it up, man. It's not too much
When was the last
hassle.
time you cleaned up
I do
your
it every day.
fireplace?
When I go home
Oh,
today,
no.
when I make another fire
Listen,
today.
it came down in your car today. It's not so clean.
That's
either.
not my car. It's my wife's car.
Okay. It's your responsibility, though.
609-403-0973. What do you like, a real fireplace or a gas fireplace? Is that
There
better?
you go. Much better.
Because
See that?
Scooter doesn't want any mess. Come on,
That's
man.
right. It wants to clean it up.
Man here. All right,
Let's get back to the Flyers. will you?
Look, the Flyers played a Canadian today, and then they got the Leafs on Tuesday. Tockett's Coyotes come to town on Thursday.
He's playing very well.
They are.
15-8-4.
And of course, the Senators a week from today. So they've got a pretty tough little stretch coming up.
Really quick, Taka's got to be an early candidate for Coach of the Year. I had no expectation for that Coyotes.
You know why? Because Chief Berube set the bar high, and since they're buddies, matter of fact, they were the Coyotes play the Blues.
Well, those two are hyper competitive guys, aren't
Oh,
they?
yeah.
I would imagine
those-
they were.
I
going
bet,
at
those,
it.
I bet those guys have like an on-running bet right now. Like they're going to buy each other dinner or something. Who has a better record at the end of the year?
Oh, I would bet.
Arizona.
And we're not talking $5 either.
No, I mean like,
Yeah,
like
big time.
high-level steak dinner.
Right, a vacation somewhere for 2 weeks.
Well, I text Chief when the Coyotes were coming into town. I said you and Rick, I was gonna call him, you and Taco going out, and he said he didn't think that they'd be able to because of the schedule they had where they were coming into town, and the Coyotes had to fly right out. But
Like some of those teams, I don't think we realize as Flyers fans. You know, Flyers fans take buses to the island,
Right.
to the Rangers, to the Devils, to Washington. Teams like Colorado and Arizona, they fly everywhere.
they have to.
Everywhere. You know, there's no like take a bus up to this place and play there. So it's a big different schedule, and they're leaving after games a lot.
And look at St. Louis. I mean, Chiefs they've got injuries too in St. Louis. I mean, they lost. They lost. Oh my God! It's just his name's
Their mind?
their best player.
Oh yeah.
my God.
You got me thinking.
John,
All
The
right,
Russian.
They lost their best player.
they lost their and they lost and they lost a couple other guys, and Chiefs still has his team playing really well. They're 15-5-6.
Yeah, not bad.
How about when you asked Curry Huffman, did you ever think Chief would win the
No.
Stanley Cup? He
Not a
went,
doubt.
no,
Never
without
a
a doubt,
doubt.
never a doubt.
Right. Of course he says that now. Asked him that 2 years ago. He would say never.
And I was talking about this last week with Hunter, because Hunter's a hockey guy, and talking about leading by example. I mean, those guys go. Chief used to tell me he would go into the weight room and outlift the guys, outwork the guys in the weight room.
Well, not a bad thing to do.
No,
You know.
but if your coach is showing you up,
Right.
maybe it's time to put the big pan.
Vladimir Tarasenko.
There you go,
Tarasenko.
Tarasenko.
Also,
Thank you, Josh.
Alexander Steen is
Steen is
injured.
out, yeah.
You have Blias is out. You also just got injured the other day. Sundqvist too.
They have Braden Shen's playing real well for them.
Yeah, he's the only guy playing offense.
Yeah, he's lighted up. But
The rest of the team might as well be us.
they're taking, you know what, the Blues and the Coyotes are taking on the personality of their coaches, their head coaches. They're a tough team, man.
Speaking of that, you know what? If I got to watch last night, I know it's not the same sport. If you get a chance, go watch the HBO 24/7 of Arizona State football.
Oh yeah,
Herm Edwards makes you want to run through a wall watching it.
yeah, he's one of those guys.
Like, I mean, he's in the gym working out at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning
Right.
before the kids ever get to the facility. He's talking about like, I don't have rules. I have standards. The dude just and the kids even says that as soon as he came to us, he changed the culture. He changed the environment. It's like Herm is a great human being, and we're a happy team. We're having fun. Like, it's incredible how much one person can change the entire environment.
And then that goes back to what I was saying about Tocchet and Berube with their respective teams. I mean, these guys, teams take on the personality of their coach, and like Elaine Vigneault, I mean, he sits Gostisbehere for a couple games,
3 games.
comes back and scores a goal,
Yeah.
and he looked like a different player last night.
Well, when you're
Right?
Listen, I don't care how much money you make. When you're a pro athlete, you want to play. You don't want to go to practice every day
No.
and not play. So you're either going to get it together or not. And I don't know what his issues is, because he's always been a confident guy, but he's got to get back to playing the way he can play.
Well, Scooter, if a coach like if you're struggling, like say JVR struggling, and everybody knows that JVR, you're just going through like a baseball player going through a slump. Maybe you're gripping the stick a little hard, you're pressing too hard, you're trying to do a little bit too much. What do they always say? Less is more, right? Less is more. Let it come to you.
Always travels faster than you can skate.
Right, and then you got Hayes playing well. Yep. He's playing a lot better his last couple games.
Well, it's it all comes down to I think that Alain Vigneault has put a message out to these guys. Listen, play or be prepared.
Right, just like when we went to interview Travis Konecny. I mean, they had that West Coast trip, that short West Coast trip, and they didn't play too well. They came back that first practice. He worked those guys.
He worked them. High tempo practice. The move.
Konecny couldn't even talk.
Yeah,
after
right. Ask us to wait for a little bit. And for a guy that's a young kid, that's surprising.
Who's fast on his skates?
Yeah.
Who's got a lot of energy? But Alain Vigneault did it at the right time. Like pushes the right buttons at the right time, and that's part of being an effective head coach.
Well, he's got them playing definitely different.
Because look, let's face it, Scooter. Isn't it all? You're more like a psychologist.
Oh yeah.
Right. I mean, it's not
the last thing you're teaching.
Those are professional athletes know how to prepare themselves for games.
You would hope.
You would think.
I
don't know. Maybe the players today have changed. They obviously have. I mean, they've definitely changed. But I mean, maybe it's
definitely different when you these guys I think are fortunate in a lot of senses and unfortunate in other senses. But they're fortunate in the fact that they've got all the training staff. They've got the people. The Flyers do a thing where they have monitors on you where they test your body temperature and how much absorption, how much sweat you're sweating,
right?
And then to know, all right, on my bottle, I might need
60%
Josh,
who did we have one from? Remember during the Vinny Curry? We had oh my gosh, I can't remember his name either.
I'm drawing a blank too. I can see.
Yeah,
his face.
and he's part of
it.
He does it. He was telling us about that.
Yeah,
it's his company.
They've been doing it for years. Flyers have been doing it for years. Where they, listen, you might sweat more than me, and I might sweat more than Josh, whatever. And they change their electrolytes in their things. They might be 60% electrolytes and then 40% water.
Right.
So different things to make sure that they're at their peak performance. The guys didn't have that back.
No.
Gordie Howe was doing that. I don't think Gatorade was around when Gordie was playing.
How about when we went to the Penguins locker room when Talk was in Pittsburgh? We went in there. Those guys were drinking beer.
Right.
The refrigerator was full of beer.
Well, when you're that good, you can drink beer.
Well, and we would even
carbohydrates.
Do we ever see Mario Lemieux get on the ice in practice the whole time we were there?
No, his
see a practice once.
His training was he got a massage. He sat in the jacuzzi and then he rode the bike.
Right.
I'm like, what are you, Lance Armstrong?
And there were sometimes we didn't see him at all. We didn't see him at all a couple times. I bet we were there about 7 or 10 times.
That Saturday, and we went to the game that night. He played on a 5-minute power play.
It's amazing.
Stayed out there the whole time.
Yeah.
Doc goes, just think if he got in shape. I go, you can't play on a 5-minute power play. You work out every day. What are you talking about?
And here's one thing that I really like about the Flyers. They're 8-1-4 at home.
Yep.
And that's you play well at home like that, you got a chance, man.
Problem is they're still not getting fans.
I know.
They're real. You see what they did this on Friday or yesterday?
Nah.
Buy one, get one free.
And meantime,
thanks to the season ticket holders.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
When do they get buy one, get one free? They're doing this to people just to fill the stands. Well, you're killing your season ticket holders. They would like to say, hey, how about a couple
chased you away?
Chased me away after 28 years, man.
All right, the first hour of the locker room is sponsored by Barb's Harley Davidson, Philly, New Jersey's #1 Harley Davidson dealership. Visit barbshd.com. Barb has the area's largest selection of new and used Harleys around. That's Barb's Harley Davidson, where no one walks. Go to barbshd.com today. She's got all kind of great deals down there. They got low financing. Get online. Go to barbshd.com today and see what's going on. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month they hold private monthly events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it as a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap up the first hour of the locker room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN. Back here in the locker room, 10:53, Saturday. Got some great rivalry games coming up today. We'll talk a little bit more about that in the second hour. Of course, we'll talk Sixers and Eagles in hour 2. But Scooter, let's finish out with our Flyers. We dedicated like almost 30 minutes for talking Flyers. Guess what? It's about time.
Yeah, well, they're playing well.
It's about time. They're playing well. Let's talk about them.
That's right. Just like the earning better shifts, you've got to earn that time to be talked about.
That's right.
They're playing better. They are playing better. I mean, I think one of the great things that they're doing right now is their PK is tops.
Right.
I mean, they're able to take a penalty to make as long as it's a good penalty. You don't want to take bad penalties, but you can take a penalty and not feel like you're going to give up. They're just shy of 90% right now on their penalty kill. Number one in the league. They're 89.8.
That's unbelievable, man.
It's much better than it was, and that could be Michel Therrien, who's a big, a special teams kind of guy. So
does he work on the penalty kill as well as the power play?
I think he works on both.
He works on both. Okay.
Yeah. So and I think. Lappy and LaPerriere also helps with the penalty kill too. So, but they're playing inspired, and when you kill a penalty like that, and sometimes they've been double minors, 4 minutes, that lifts the team up too. So I think Matt Niska gave them a big lift yesterday.
I'm telling you that his courage, the younger guys and other guys, not just younger guys, everybody on the team sees that dedication to the team.
Yep.
Under the circumstances and conditions with plugs in his nose. He's all bloodied up. He's got 15 stitches. He's got a full cage on.
Yeah. He wore like a high school
blood
kid.
all over his shirt.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's old school.
Yep.
That works for me.
Sure does.
Kept me tuned in.
Especially for those young kids sitting there.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know what they're saying, Scooter? You're looking at that. You're sitting on the bench, and you're looking at that. You're saying, look, if I don't go out and I'm not giving 110%, I'm not selling out on every shift. Look at him.
Right. I mean, listen, he came back. He didn't just come back and play and fill in a void. He came back and had 2 assists.
2 assists.
He made a made a great pass to Couturier there, who Couturier finished his shot.
Right.
So it's good for these teams, and they're young and they're going to grow with it. I mean, the last 2 years in 17-18 and 18-19, at this time of the year, the Flyers were 1 game under 500. And right now, they're
14-7-5 for 33 points.
7 games.
Of course, the Capitals have 41 points.
Right.
But they just jumped over like 2 people, Carolina and Pittsburgh. They just jumped over.
Yep.
Over the weekend.
Yep. So, listen, it's good things, and hopefully they can stay healthy. That's going to be the key.
So, Scooter, both of you and I said they weren't going to make the playoffs.
No.
Are you still holding to that? I mean, I'm not going to change now.
I'm not changing. Not yet.
But it's fun watching them. I think Elaine Vigneault has got these guys playing really well. I think he's got them as a cohesive unit, and it's fun to see, man.
Yeah,
8-0, 8-1-4 at home. Gotta love it. All right, first hour is in the books. Talk Flyers hockey. We'll talk Sixers coming up here in the second hour, and of course we'll get into the Eagles because there's so much I got to tell you about. And how much joy did we have on Thanksgiving night watching the Cowboys lose? Right. I don't know what it is, but that was great.
Right, it was better than watching Eagles win.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, in a way it was.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but it's still fun. I mean,
it felt like an Eagles win.
It felt like an Eagles win, yeah.
It
was
did.
great. It was good to see. All right, first hour of the books. Next hour, we'll be talking Sixers. We'll talk Eagles. We'll talk college football. It's the Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app. We'll be back right after this. We're back here in the Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app. We'll take you right up to 12 o'clock for 97.3 ESPN's live coverage of Cedar Creek versus Camden in the Central Group 2 Finals for the right to play Hillside, Scooter.
Yeah.
It's a big game. Camden's been a powerhouse for a long time, man. They got a good program. I had one of the kids in my school that I worked at last year. He was one of my students, and I believe he's an offensive lineman. But they got a big squad, man, size-wise. And so you got all the coverage here coming up next, 97.3 ESPN. Mike Gill's there. Nick Costco with the call. So we'll stay tuned for that. We'll listen to that. Scooter, how about the Sixers, man? I turned that game on last night, and when I saw that they were losing to the Knicks, I was like, no.
Here we go again.
Here we go again. But you know what? How about Coach Jim Lynam on the post game, talking about how this is like an experimental, like this time of year, basically saying it's like a laboratory. you're doing things, working on different combinations, and there's no reason to fret, no reason to panic. Why is it as a fan when you turn it on, you see that you're losing the stinking Knicks?
Yeah, don't let the guy paying $4
Right?
for the seat in the front row. That you guys are experimenting.
Right,
today.
you're experimenting, and I'm paying
But
$2,000 for the ticket.
Listen, when I coach my kids, I tell them that we're going to change lines, we're going to change guys in different lines, we're going to move things around and try to find some cohesiveness, and we also tell them that the regular season really doesn't mean much. I mean, it does for the Sixers because you got to make the playoffs. With us, most of our teams make the playoffs, so. But we're going to tinker with everything, and it's like even when playing golf. I always tell people, unless I'm playing in a tournament to try to win something big,
You're working on stuff.
I'm practicing. That's all I'm doing. I'm trying different shots. I'm trying a different club. Maybe I'll use it this hole here. So, and I'm working on my game to where maybe one day I will play in something important and make it worthwhile. But these are practice games.
And you and I on the way down, we talk about things, and we were just talking about Matt Niskanen, his playing hurt, and then on the flip side, Al Horford's taking a day off for tired.
Poor guy.
What do they call it? Load management?
Rest management now.
Rest management now?
Rest management.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
They want to change the name because the league is trying to get these teams to stop.
Come
listing
on,
players
man.
Injured when they're not injured.
Right.
Come on, man. You see that? You see a hockey player who gets hit in the face with a puck, and he comes right back out to play the next shift he could possibly play. And I'm not ripping Al Horford. It's just it's all the whole league. It's not just.
I know, but
Come on, man.
Are you okay?
Are you all right?
You need some tissues? I mean, what the heck?
Right?
What's with this? Can you imagine? I can't think of besides.
It just rubs me the wrong way,
it does. Imagine the guys from the old days. Remember Will Chamberlain said, I got to take a day off. I'm tired.
That's something
he
funny.
He averaged 49 minutes a game because he played in all the
Right.
overtimes too.
That's correct.
And just like he would never take a day off.
Take a
'cause
day
he wanted
off.
to play. I mean, like now maybe Al doesn't want to, but the organization is saying you need a break, you need a rest, we need you healthy for the playoffs, we need stuff like that. But
it's
listen,
good,
I'll tell
right?
you what the greatest thing about it was, and the fact that Quinn was out.
Right?
Norvell Pell loved him.
Yeah, he played
Tremendous.
inspired.
Inspired. I mean, I think he got the team pumped up a little bit. I mean, he's making blocks. He had a couple fouls, but I'll tell you what, they were good
Josh
defensive
Richardson didn't
plays.
play last night?
No. Well, he got dinged
he's
up a little bit.
hurt.
So.
Well, you know what? If you're an older guy, like if you're in your mid 30s.
Old guy in the 30s, poor guys.
Well, if you're let's face it, if you're
No
6'11",
down your career at
if
that
you're
point.
6'11" and you're that's a lot. The big guys tire quickly, more quickly than smaller guys. So maybe I could see that. But if you're in your 20s and you're vibrant and strong, unless you have injury problems, what do you need a day off for?
I don't know.
You're playing 2-3 times a week.
Yeah. And you're playing 30 minutes, maybe, if you're good.
And then what really gets up my craw is the fact that you're paying all that money. Look, I understand it's a business, and you're trying to make it to the end, and the ultimate prize is winning the championship, right? Getting to the playoffs, and then winning the championship. But taking days off, how do you justify
I'm
that?
still waiting for my boss to say, you closed a couple loans, take some days off and relax. You're overworked.
Yeah, you just sold a car. Take a day off.
Right. I mean,
No.
you tired from selling it? You were here till 9 o'clock last night, you poor guy. I mean, I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Well, and here's another thing that I thought. The game before, when was against Toronto, when Embiid didn't have any points. I don't know how many minutes he played. I think he played some 28 minutes, I believe.
Right.
And he didn't have any points.
Right.
Remember?
Pretty amazing.
Is that amazing?
As a 7'2"
7'2" guy, you don't have any points. But you know what I thought was funny in Twitter and I guess Instagram, Twitter. You remember the picture with Will Chamberlain holding up a sign that said 100?
Right.
I saw a picture of Embiid hold up a sign that said 0. It was doctored, obviously. It was probably photoshopped. I laughed hysterically.
Yeah.
It was a picture of Embiid holding up a 0.
That's pretty bad. I'm telling you,
How do you do that?
It's not getting any better either.
Hey, here's the thing,
getting
too.
worse.
What do you mean it's getting worse?
This isn't going to
Oh,
stop.
no.
And guys are going to be playing from now on because we're criticizing.
Keep in mind
that
the salaries are going this way up,
Right.
And the minutes that they're playing is going down.
Right. It's like, what's the point? How about we pay you for your minutes that you play?
I would like to see incentivized salaries.
Do you think they're taking a day off if they don't get a paycheck that day?
They probably would. If they didn't get a paycheck?
If they didn't get a paycheck.
Oh, right.
If you're sitting out because you're a little tired and you don't get a paycheck for that day, which their paychecks per game are what? 200,000?
Probably more than that, Scooter, don't you think?
Well, I'm just throwing a big number.
Big number.
So you think they would take the day off if they knew they were going to lose 200,000? Not a million years.
It's like,
I don't care how much you make. Not a million years you're throwing 200,000 because you're tired.
No, Scooter, what do you make of Embiid's demeanor? Like, so last game he comes out, the other day he comes out, he scored 33 points the day after the Toronto game, the first game after Toronto. And he scores 33 points, and he did it in a workmanlike fashion. He didn't get excited, didn't show too much that emotion where he's flapping his arms, doing the wing thing, and making getting the crowd up, moving his arms up and down. And he was more businesslike. I think he was because he's under fire for being. That's his personality.
He got embarrassed.
You're darn right he did.
Not scoring any points.
You got to be consistent, right?
I still don't understand why he's sitting up at the top of the key all the game long. I don't get it.
Game's changed, man. Get down low.
Get a rebound. I mean, no, he had like 17 rebounds last night, so he was rebounding the ball, but that's defensive rebound. How about an offensive rebound, which is tremendously more powerful than a defensive rebound?
Well, this team's still playing at the perimeter. I mean, most of the guys are at the perimeter.
We don't have great shooters to play at the perimeter.
Well, just like Coach Lynham said, hey, man, it's a laboratory. They're figuring it out.
They think you should flush the toilet in the laboratory.
This team's hard to...
They're 13-6. They're in 5th place. Behind the Celtics, which we thought they were going to be in front of them.
Milwaukee, Toronto, Boston, Miami, and the Sixers, respectively.
Yep. They're unbeaten at home.
And then they got Indiana tonight, who's right behind them.
Yep. They had 10 blocks yesterday as a team. Pretty amazing.
How many turnovers they have yesterday?
16.
They're averaging 18.
Yeah, they were 16.
I got to cut down the turnovers. You get to the playoffs. You're not. I mean,
you'll be golfing before you know.
Right?
Yeah.
Scooter, is this team hard to warm up to?
I don't think you have
They're like, now this is going. Julius Erving, Mo Cheeks. Those guys were easy to like.
Yeah.
Moses Malone, Andrew Toney,
Celtic killer. Guys that you could just...
Caldwell Jones.
Like you would call their name if you were in the backyard playing ball.
Right.
Who you calling today?
Well, the young kids are doing Ben Simmons, and they're probably doing Embiid. It's just that for me, it's hard to warm up to these guys. I don't know what it is. I'm a Sixers fan. We love when the Sixers play well. I mean, I've
been a basketball guy my whole life.
Tuned in last night. I was like bummed out when I saw them down a couple points. I like we're Philly sports fans.
Right.
We want to see our teams do well. We want to like our teams. We want to love our teams.
Don't get me wrong, they're doing well. They're 13-6. I mean,
I
wouldn't predict.
Look, I still think this team. I think this team can win 56, 57 games.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah, but they're fairly healthy.
I'm not a big Ben Simmons fan. It's been documented. We've talked about it. But you know what? There's nothing that doesn't joy me more to see him make a jump shot. I'd be like, did you see how Josh and I played this last week?
50%.
What's that?
He was 5 for 10 from the foul.
But when he does well, I get excited. I want to see him do well. But I'm not. I don't get a warm and fuzzy from him. Does he ever smile on the court? You ever see any emotion from him on the court?
Competitive last night.
Well, he's very. No, Ben Simmons is very competitive.
Yeah.
I bet you doesn't like to lose in checkers, but it doesn't translate on the court. You don't see that on the court.
I think he was fiery last night. They were battling pretty hard in there, and
I
love the way he goes.
And he's got so much athletic ability. Some of the things, some of the moves that he did last night was just unbelievable.
I'll tell you what I really like. Remember, he came in, he didn't play for a whole year because of a foot.
Right.
Nothing since then. 0. They haven't rested him.
Well, his shoulder was banged up.
Well, no, but his foot.
Right.
is-
Oh, right.
That can
Completely
be
ill.
feet. Listen, I had bad feet my whole life. I mean, it
You
can
still
be a
have
problem.
You still
Yeah,
have
I
bad
know.
foot. All right, the second half of the locker room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is an award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour and 58-minute round. You can play on their 18-hole championship golf course, enjoy fine dining, experience lively atmosphere in the pub. There's a full calendar of golf and social events throughout the season to appeal to everyone. Hey, if you join today, you will play free until June 2020, which includes, like I said, private dining, all the exciting social and golf events, world-class conditions on the course. The course is always in magnificent shape. Membership, Scooter, ready for this? Start at $16.95 a month. Is that unbelievable? For more information, go to 609-927-5071, extension 141, or you can go to greatbay.com and see why it's always a great day at Great Bay. Yeah, you want to get your day started off with the best breakfast at the Jersey Shore? Look no further than Uncle Bill's Pancake House. Family owned and operated since 1962, Uncle Bill's Pancake House is a Jersey Shore tradition with 7 locations from Ocean City to Cape May. Featuring over 30 types of pancakes, waffles, crepes. Uncle Bill's has something for everyone. Stop at one of their 2 Ocean City locations and try my favorite, the stuffed French toast with the homemade cinnamon butter. There's something for everyone, from fresh cut fruit cup, gluten-free pancakes, or fluffy stuffed omelets that are excellent. Can't go wrong with anything on the menu. Go to Uncle Bill's Pancake House, 7 locations along the Jersey Shore, 2 in Ocean City, and I guarantee you'll get a great breakfast and fantastic service with a smile. Friends, let me tell you about Maserati the Mainline. Located minutes from downtown Philadelphia, they offer a customer-focused car buying experience designed to exceed expectations and invite you to stop in and learn about their entire line of premium luxury vehicles, including the sporty Ghibli midsize sedan and the class-defining all-new Levante, the only SUV worthy of being called a Maserati. Maserati the Mainline is a national leader in Maserati certified pre-owned sales, named top certified retailer 2018. The experience does not end at the point of the sale, as Maserati the Mainline offers free pickup and delivery for scheduled service appointments and provides new Maserati loaner cars. So add a little bit of flair to your next new vehicle. Call my good friend Michael Pileggi at Maserati the Mainline today at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800, or visit them online anytime at motml.com. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN. Billy Schweim taking you right up to 12 noon. We're going to get the coverage, 97.3 ESPN's live coverage of the Cedar Creek Camden game, the Central Group 2 Championship Finals. And the winner gets to play Hillside. Big game today. Nick Costco, Mike Gill with all the action. 97.3 ESPN right after the locker with Billy Schweim and Scooter. We're talking about the Sixers, and we're talking about not being able to warm up to these guys like you did when you're kids. You just think we're like older. I mean, kids are still calling out the names. Remember I said when you were in the backyard, you would go, Julius Irving,
Julius Irving,
call out their names there. That kids still do that. But
You think?
I don't know.
I don't know if they are either.
I'd like to think they were. I'd like to think they were.
But listen, they're playing well. You know, they're unbeaten at home, so the fans that are coming to the games got to be excited. So, you know, they just got to, you know, work on their road game, make sure that I don't know if these teams are doing much bonding things like they did in the past. You know, Pat Croce used to have those guys doing stuff.
Right.
You know, like doing stuff together, team stuff.
Well, you and I talked about several times with hockey. Guys go their own way anymore. It's not like it back it used to be.
It's not.
Guys all hung out. They hung out together. They played together. They ate together.
Right.
They drank together.
They went over guys' houses together.
Right.
They just hung out and did stuff, which was, I think, was the reason the Flyers were so good in the mid-'80s. You know, really had a big impact on what they did.
Because chemistry has so much to do with a team's success.
Can you imagine if all the veterans went one way and all the young kids went the other way, and they didn't, you know, the only time they saw each other really was on the ice? It doesn't work, I don't think. I think you got to have team chemistry, no doubt.
Well, I mean, so you know, you and I aren't too high on this resting day, but if it's the way the NBA's going,
We're agreeing.
and we can't agree.
I know. We're agreeing. I don't know. You want me to say that they should rest?
Well, I mean,
Yeah. No, I think
if it's going to help our
it's the
team
way-
win, right?
Well, like I said, I think there's times maybe at the end of the season, maybe I think, listen, in pro football, more than anything, if New England's up 30-3 in the middle of the fourth quarter, why is Tom Brady out there? Why in the world would you have him out there? I don't care if he wants to play or not.
Because he wants to play.
Well, too bad. Have a seat. Because that's when you get hurt at the end of the game, when you're a little bit more tired and you're not, maybe stepping back in your stance correctly, and somebody hits you in the left knee and you're out now for the rest of the season because you wanted to score one more touchdown and when you're already winning by 27. Doesn't make any sense to me. Get him out of the game at that point and let your backup, God forbid your backup has to play because somebody gets hurt. He doesn't have any chance.
Well, and then the coach will be under a lot of scrutiny for he'll take the heat for the injury.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So get him out.
All right.
Well,
the Sixers, I like I said.
Hey, they were 32 for 40 last night from the foul line. 40 shots. They're getting to the hoop, which is great.
And get to the line.
And get the line scored. Now, listen, take out Ben Simmons, they were 27 for 30. Pretty good.
Because he was 5 for 10, you said?
5 for 10, But 32 for 40, 80% is pretty good from the line as a team. When most guys don't even shoot 80%.
Right.
So, it's really good. So, they're making that helped them win the game. I mean, they only won by, 6?
Right.
So, that helped them win the game big time.
Joel Embiid is averaging 22.2 points a game. He's averaging 12 rebounds a game. He's is he
Is he an all-star this year?
Yeah. Well, okay. Is he an all-star?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Is Ben Simmons an all-star this year?
No. I don't think he was all-star last year.
He definitely was.
He was an all-star.
Does it? Yeah. Does that make me?
How many triple
Yeah,
doubles?
because
did he have
but
last
see,
year?
once again, but what happens when the playoffs roll around? They get triple doubles in the playoffs.
Wow,
That's why they think.
making the All-Star game
but
before you
what
get
did
to the
what did Coach Lynham say? It's a laboratory in the beginning of the season. So the triple double, I don't put too much stock into it in the beginning in the regular season.
Well, look at.
I mean, it's a fun stat to have, but it really doesn't matter. It doesn't.
Laboratory doing stuff. And
Yeah,
testing stuff.
but he basically said that it doesn't. The regular season this early doesn't really matter. They're trying stuff. So when Ben Simmons gets a triple double, while albeit it's a great stat, it's cool to do. To me, it doesn't. It's not that big of a deal.
You can't belittle when a guy
I'm not
gets that many points,
Yeah.
rebounds, and assists.
He gets
I don't care
12
what-
points and
what
11
point of the
rebounds
season
and
it is.
13 assists.
That's
a heck
hard
of a
to
game.
do.
Well,
there's a reason why when Russell Westbrook averaged that, he was the first guy to use the Oscar Robertson.
Right.
If it was such not a big deal, why can't anybody else do it?
Right.
I think that
because we just
you're-
established that there's everybody rests during the season now, right? You're going to run into teams that are maybe not putting their best foot forward.
Yeah, but it doesn't belittle the fact that you
I'm
should
not.
be able
No,
to
I said I'm
excel.
not really belittling it. I just said I don't put that as much stock as.
The problem isn't Ben Simmons triple doubles. Don't belittle Ben Simmons getting triple double because you have another problem with him. Okay, this is not politics where we're trying to find something to make fun of the other guy. Okay, let's complain about what Ben Simmons is doing wrong and pray was doing right. For example, it's frustrating that he doesn't shoot enough. It's frustrating that he's not assertive enough. It's frustrating that his turnovers are up this year
my God.
versus last year. Okay, let's complain about those things. Let's not belittle him if he gets a triple double.
Look, I said it. I just have a hard time warming up to him. I don't know what it is, Josh. I just have a hard time warming up to him. But I still want him to do well. I still want when I get excited when he does like some of the moves and some of the things that he did last night. His athletic ability is through the roof.
Sure, for example,
he's fun to watch.
Well,
but he's also frustrated. Like you just said, he's frustrating to watch.
When he got that steal and ran down for the dunk, you were probably pumping your fist.
That was great.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
When I saw Joel Embiid, get that block near the end of the game, I totally envisioned Billy throwing his hands in the air with two fists, just screaming.
No, here's what I just pumped my fist like that at the TV. That's all I did.
Right in front of the fireplace.
Right in front of my.
Hope you didn't burn your hand. 'Cause mine's got a glass thing in front of it. So.
Dog, do you shut your glass doors too?
No, it's a solid glass door. It's got vents on the top and the bottom.
How does the heat come out?
Comes out of the vents. I just
Oh,
told you.
jeez, that's weak, dude.
Come
In the
on,
locker
man.
room, 11:36. We got the Eagles coming up tomorrow, Scooter. And by the way, you
game.
lost your bet to me last week.
Yeah,
you owe me.
I
You're taking me to Randazzo's.
You're taking me to Josie and Kelly's.
That's right. See, we should have just done a double or nothing, but you wanted it your way. So now we both win.
I gave you your way.
You gonna give me anything?
Who?
Yeah, you took the Eagles.
I only took him because there was no bet if we did, because I was going to take Seattle. I told you
I
that.
didn't browbeat you into that. You didn't
You
have to
did
take
brown
it.
me.
No,
Dean.
I
I
didn't.
felt bad for you.
Get out of here.
What person picked the Eagles to beat them by 1? I wouldn't give Seattle any points. I would have taken 4.
4?
Yeah.
You get what the
They were
line. You get what the
8-2.
line is, dude.
They're 8-2 against our under 500 club. What the heck? Who gives points away when you're?
Listen, I want you. You're going to take me to Randazzo's. Giuseppe is going to make me that cheesesteak wrap with the ghost peppers in there. It's to die for. All right, he spreads out the ghost peppers in there. He chop them up, and puts them in there. That's what you're
Yeah, I
getting.
can tell. I've had too many peppers.
Look at you.
Listen,
You're no skinny mini.
Listen, next to you,
Skinny mitty.
Look, he thinks he's
next to you, I'm like a toothpick.
Get out of here. You
Jesus.
get dressed in front of a circus mirror, man.
Listen, I'm going to take a picture of your feet and show them to you because you haven't seen them in a while.
All right, listen. So Thursday night, Thanksgiving night, we're watching the Cowboys, and you alluded to the fact that it's just as much fun to watch the Cowboys lose as it is the Eagles win.
absolutely.
I got to tell you, I'm not too far off that. I took a lot of joy. That really made my turkey taste that much better.
Sure did.
I can't wait till Beverly comes in here tomorrow. I'm going to give it to him. He's a big Cowboys fan.
They're losing to some lousy teams. That's the scary part.
And guess what? Dak Prescott makes the same mistakes as Carson Wentz, missing guys out wide open in the flat. He didn't look too good.
He did not look good the other night.
And you know what?
He has looked good all
Did you notice towards the end of the game, he really started to run the ball and he took some shots.
Yeah.
And my brother Bobby and I were going, look, you get quarterbacks running like that, it's not for long in the NFL. They're gonna catch up to you. You can't take those type of shots. Quarterbacks can't do it.
No. And what it'll do is take away his mobility, and then he'll be an average quarterback as a pocket quarterback.
Right.
The mobility is what makes these guys what they are.
It's like what's going on in Baltimore,
Yeah.
he looks great,
It looks great
but
until you take his feet away.
you take his feet away, we'll see what happens. But he throws the ball real well.
Sure he
Lamar.
does.
Well, I will say this. There are some mobile quarterbacks who did evolve into very good passing quarterbacks. Steve Young being one of them. Steve Young finally learned he had to stop taking those hits. And then he became an NFL MVP and a Super Bowl champion. So there is a history of these mobile guys. Steve McNair is another one. That you can lead a team to the Super Bowl, you can be successful, but you eventually learn to become a better pocket passer. Now,
I agree.
Is the player and the coaches willing to teach them that is the question. Like, remember the thing with Michael Vick? He never was taught to play the quarterback position in the NFL in Atlanta. He didn't learn how to play quarterback until Andy Reid got a hold of him, and that was basically 10 years later, basically
Right.
after he was drafted. So at some point, it's down to the player to want to learn, and to the coaches to want to teach them. And I think that when you look at guys, whether it is Dak or whether it is Lamar, any of them, it's the big question of what happens next, and we all want to know. And I think one of the
Lamar Jackson, he's got some size to him, and he's
Right,
solid.
so
He's
does
just solid.
Dak.
Right.
Yeah, Dak's a thick guy as well, like Russell Wilson. But I think that the difference is that a lot of these guys are coming to the NFL without the formal quarterback training.
Right.
So when they get here, they're already a little bit behind the curve. So that's why these coaches, it's on them to put the quarterback in the position to be successful. And one of the reasons why guys like Dak Prescott is not having as much success in Dallas the last few weeks as a guy like Lamar Jackson is that his coaching staff stinks compared to what Baltimore has. Baltimore's got Greg Roman and Urban and all these guys who have experience around the NFL, and the Cowboys have Kellen Moore.
So Lamar Jackson's got 24 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and not only is he throwing the ball well and protecting it, the guy can run obviously, and he's shredding defenses. You get into the playoffs, that's hard to stop. He's like playing at MVP caliber right now.
Yes, absolutely. But remember Nick Foles' first year too. How good was he?
Wow.
How good was he? And didn't have to run. How was Carson Wentz first year?
Yeah, but Nick Foles never played a whole season, a complete season. He's been hurt. He's never finished the whole
He had
season.
Like 20 some odd
Yeah,
touchdowns.
yeah, 20.
He came in relief that
Right,
season.
he came in relief. He didn't play. He didn't
start.
start. Right.
Well, that's even better because in a shorter season he had 27
Nah, but
touchdowns
but
and
that's
2
But
interceptions.
that's his skill set. He is a great relief pitcher.
Right, exactly. Look, they
he's
caught
a-
lightning in a bottle with him, man. He's
Twice.
No
yeah.
doubt. No doubt.
So So the Eagles, listen, the Eagles go down to Miami tomorrow, 1 o'clock start. We'll have it here on 97.3 ESPN. They're, for all intents and purposes, there's no way they should lose this game. But, anything can happen. You got Zach Ertz now he might be out.
He's playing.
Hey, he's questionable.
Listen, and that would be a real big decision on Doug here.
Because then you have Jordan Howard's out.
You sit him in that game because you probably don't need him.
Here's the.
Uh-oh.
Jordan Howard has been ruled out for tomorrow. The Philadelphia Eagles have promoted Josh Perkins from the practice squad. They have activated Cravon LeBlanc.
Wow.
And they have waived defensive tackle Albert Huggins.
Breaking news here on 97.3 ESPN.
Teammate diapers? Huggy, sorry.
Listen, here's another thing. You were talking about coaching. Josh was alluding to coaching. The last two games, why everybody? You have a problem. You can run against these teams, the Patriots and the Seahawks. Why do we throw the ball 45 times and only run the ball 23 times against a defense that can't stop the run?
Doesn't make much sense.
That's coaching, dude.
Well, I agree. But maybe they're looking for you to run the ball all the time, and you're going to catch them,
Run until they can't. Run until you can't run it. Run until they stop you.
Yeah, but you don't want
He got away from it.
Well,
By the way,
see a team run the ball 3 times and not get a first down?
I want to see a team win.
Well, I
don't care how you do it.
No.
Does it matter to you how they do it?
What do you think they're going to do tomorrow? They're going to run the ball more than they're going to pass the ball?
Oh, well, Miami's
sounds like
horrible all the way around.
It sounds like Zach Ertz is out now.
Right.
Because if they're bringing Josh Perkins off the practice
Well,
squad.
Zach Ertz is
He's got a hamstring.
He's questionable. He didn't practice half the week. He was back at practice yesterday. He's listed as questionable. So
Right.
I think Perkins, he's a safety, just in case. But at the end of the day, I
wouldn't play Ertz if he's still like a hamstring's not one of those things where I got a bruise on my thigh
Right.
and you can suck it up. It's not going to get any worse. A hamstring can get a lot worse. You can be out for the rest of the season. So
How about Ward coming off the practice squad and he catches 7. He has 7 targets. He catches 6 passes for 40 yards.
Give that guy a contract.
Huh?
Give that guy a contract.
Give him a contract.
Well,
the
he
guy's
also-
got some speed.
He does, but he doesn't run great routes.
Oh, goes down to
Certainly runs
coaching.
better than Aguilar.
Well,
Or Whiteside.
Well,
not Whiteside. Hassan Whiteside.
No.
Arcega Whiteside.
Right.
Whiteside.
Well,
talking
here's
football now,
Scooter.
Scooter.
Here's the problem with Jay Jaw. There's 2 problems. One, the Eagles admitted that they did not cross-train him half the year. So he was only practicing to play if Alshon Jeffrey wasn't in there. So that's the Eagles' fault. That's the coach's fault for not cross-training
That's
him.
right.
So I can't blame...
Called preparation,
I
being
can't
prepared.
blame all of that on him.
Greg Ward is exciting, man. The crowd was going nuts. I was there at the game.
You know why Greg Ward knows how to run some routes?
Because he's a quarterback.
Exactly. And you know what? He's been the scout team quarterback for 2 years now.
A lot of times when you sit on the sidelines watching all this time, when you get your opportunity, there are guys that take advantage of it. He's one of them. And I remember that a lot of people saying, if you expect Greg Ward to do well, no, guess what? When you get to that level, you should be able to
I
perform.
just want you to catch the ball.
Just catch the ball. And he's got separation speed.
He's got that quick twitch fibers.
Quick twitch fibers.
You like
Wow.
that?
How about that?
Wow. Is that good for you?
All right.
Wait,
Want to remind
Say
people
that
that
10
I got
times.
Tim here, my former student in here. He's videotaping. You can see the show on my website, The Locker Room Billy Schweim, or my YouTube channel, The Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Any old show, any old interview, they're all up. They're all posted. Tim does a great job. TheLockerRoomBillySchweim.com or The Locker Room with Billy Schweim for my YouTube channel. I want to remind people the second hour of The Locker Room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is an award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour, 58-minute round. You can play on their 18-hole championship golf course, enjoy fine dining, or experience college football.
Coup de grace.
Right, the coup de grace. I love it, man. I love these rivalries. Which one is your favorite one? Which one you can't miss? You got Ohio State. You got Michigan.
The game.
You have Clemson, South Carolina.
Yep.
You have Georgia Tech, and of course the Iron Bowl. You have Alabama, Auburn, and then the
All Bunyan's axe.
the Bunyan Axe. Minnesota at
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. What do you think? Which one can you not miss?
All right, so
Get your juices flowing, don't it, Josh?
I'm gonna requalify this. If I could get tickets to one of those matchups and I could attend it, like one of them, I had to pick one.
Right.
It's the Iron Bowl.
Absolutely.
I want to
Without question.
I want to go to SEC country. I want to feel the bad blood in the air. I want to hear the screaming fans, the deafening noise that you hear over the television. Alabama Auburn has such great history.
Absolutely.
It's got some of the greatest upset moments. You know.
Who's number
Pick
2
six.
for you? Michigan, Ohio State.
See,
That's a big one, man.
it is a big one. I guess I would go with that. But there's, you know what? There's something about Wisconsin, Minnesota that's really cool. Because where it's 2 states.
Very cool there too.
It's very cold. Yes.
He's not on.
It's very cold, but it's also the fact that there are 2 schools in the Big Ten that didn't get a lot of respect for a lot of years. So for me, I definitely like that one. Yeah, I know everyone loves Ohio State, Michigan. It's always played at noon.
Georgia Tech's got to be fun.
Georgia Tech's not got a lot of
I should have got Paul Johnson on today.
North Carolina, NC State's got a lot of history.
No, when you and I were talking during the break, usually Thanksgiving had 2 big games.
Yeah,
College
Thanksgiving
games.
had 2 games. And then
It was the
usually-
backyard brawl.
Right.
Was Pittsburgh and West Virginia.
Yep.
Always liked, and then Ole Miss.
Yeah.
And then Friday, you always had 2 good ones. You always had Arkansas against, I think, A&M.
Right, because back in the day, Arkansas and A&M were in the Big 8 together.
Right.
So because Arkansas and all the Texas schools were in the same conference.
And then, of
when
course, then the
Arkansas
Saturday.
left for the SEC, they kind of killed the rivalry.
And then Saturday's a potpourri of
Right.
rivalries. It's great. So I'm going to be
Bedlam.
Yeah.
You're about Bedlam.
Bedlam.
Oklahoma State.
Oh, right. Forgot about that one. See, I just like, so it's just like so much. I can't wait to get home in front of my real fireplace.
Oh boy. Do you have any wood left?
Actually, I'm running out. Gotta get a
Yeah,
new
I'll
cord.
bet. There you go.
Do
go.
you have any wood left?
No, I don't have to.
I didn't think
use
you
any
did.
wood. No. Just keeps burning forever.
You don't even have wood.
It's like the Olympic
That's
torch.
your problem. You don't have any
It's the
wood.
Olympic torch.
You hit a switch.
That's right. Hit
How
the
do you hit
switch.
That's so like not just I don't know, man. See, I'm gonna go home, watch rivalry games, put real wood in my fireplace, and have a real fire.
You don't have any wood.
I got wood. I got plenty of
You
wood.
got to go to the shop right now and pick up a bag of wood.
I have been reduced to that.
Yeah, I'll bet you have.
Well, what happened to the
Talk about-
places on like the the
What about
side of
talk
the
about
road.
money going up in
farms on the side
flames?
of the road? You know, was it like $5 for like a whatever it is, or
For a handful.
No, I get a cord of wood dropped off for $140.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get
Yeah.
that. But listen, you got to put real logs in the fireplace while you're watching a real rivalry game.
Nah. Who needs them?
While you're watching Michigan, Ohio State,
Mine gets so hot I have to turn it off.
the Iron Bowl. I'm gonna get my chicken wings today. This afternoon, I'm gonna be in front of my real fireplace,
Wait, you're already out?
watching a real rivalry
you're
game.
already out of leftovers, Bill?
Yeah.
You ate them already?
Now we got some left. But Saturday, man, chicken wings.
Chicken wings?
Yeah,
All right.
I'll be in front of my real fireplace.
That's right. Don't burn yourself.
Hey, we got a big show coming up tomorrow. We're going to be talking with Scott Grayson. He's going to be down in Miami. So
Grayson's Grades.
Grayson's Grades. Of course, you catch him every Monday with Sports Bash with Mike Gill at 2:30. We're going to talk to the fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley. And then I got a great mystery guest this week. And I promise you'll be there. Of course, check out everything on my YouTube channel, Locker Room with Billy Schweim. I want to thank Josh Henning for doing a great job. Scooter McKay, as always, thank you so much. Stay tuned for 97.3 ESPN's live coverage of Camden versus Cedar Creek for the Central Group 2 final. Thanks for making the Locker Room part of your Saturday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with a Schweiner.
What time you on tomorrow?
I'm on from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. tomorrow.
8 a.m.
8 a.m. to 10 a.m. The Locker Room with Billy Schweim. 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. We'll take you up to Tony Bruno's countdown to kickoff. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Enjoy the rivalries.